Hello, welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz, and I will be guiding you on this journey today. This is a reading for Libra, wherever Libra shows up in your chart. I don't really have a plan for this spread. We're just gonna kind of see what comes out. And of course, and as always, I would absolutely love it if you subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done so already, thank you either way. I'm just glad that we're both here. So let's get a couple cards for Libra. I just want a couple, I don't want half the deck where, we're going to be here for hours. Just a couple cards, most pertinent information. Yeah, no. I don't shuffle reversals in my deck. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Hermit, the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Okay. I don't know. For some reason, I'm not necessarily feeling the bottom of the deck, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how far we get. Shit like that. So, Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, the Hermit, King of Swords. Okay, there's clearly a journey that you have been on for some time. The Knight of Pentacles talks about a journey. The Hermit talks about a journey. The King of Swords is on the other side of a maze, which I actually kind of love that this is at the end of the reading, because I do feel like that's kind of signifying the end of a journey. Interesting. And what's also cool is that the Knight of Pentacles is still in the middle of said journey. King of Swords is complete, or he's completed. I don't know. Let's just work our way. Let's just work our way through it. So specifically in this deck for Pentacles, the suit, or the the court cards. There is this journey that they're working through. All of them are, but specifically for the Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles finds a key. Right? They give that key to the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is making the journey to give the key to the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles knows what that key belongs to. They unlock, the thing. And then the King of Pentacles is which is interesting that we have it now at the bottom of the deck. So we'll keep it up right here. It's the manifestation or the expression of that, right? So the Knight of Pentacles is also the slowest moving knight in the whole tarot. They're literally walking next to their horse instead of on top of it, right? Pentacles also have to do with our physical body. That could be health, being on a health journey. Even, figuring out where you even want to go. Maybe just things have been slow with work, progression being slow at work, or promotions, or just, kind of changing positions, getting into something that you feel more aligns with you. And again, right, it's the slowest moving knight in the tarot. Out of the 4 knights, it's the slowest moving one. And anytime the Knight of Pentacles shows up, and interestingly enough, I feel through these readings specifically, the Knight has shown up at the beginning of the readings. I feel they usually show up at the end, but when it's at the beginning, it tells me that this is already something that you have been on for some time. Again, just even trying to figure it out. figuring out like how to tangibilize something, how to monetize something, even accepting your own worth is in there too. Because, and especially like with this key, right? I mean, it's like you have the answer like for something. It's just like kind of bridging the gap there. And then with the Eight of Pentacles is like literally putting in the work, which is also kind of a journey. It's literally the card that says practice makes perfect. It's repeating something in order to get good at something. It's also too like allowing yourself to be new at something, like allowing yourself to suck at something before you can get good at it. Like nobody is born knowing how to properly and effectively build a wall here, because that's what this person is doing, right? They're like setting bricks here, making a wall. At one point, they were not very good at it. They had no clue what they were doing. They didn't know, like what best way to stack these things so that, it's structurally sound. It's going to last a long time, right? Like a trial and error, which is a journey. So again, like this whole reading is like you have been putting in a ton of energy into really like actualizing something, or even like trying to figure out where like your place is. I'm actually kind of curious what and I opened right to the Eight of Pentacles. The Master Mason is meticulously laying down his stones to erect a structure that will last hundreds or even thousands of years. He is in no rush. His goal is not haste, but excellence. He must ensure that the stones are placed in such a way that the edifice he is constructing will endure. It has taken him a lifetime to master his craft. He approaches it as a calling. Just as he was taught his trade by someone else, he also will pass down what he has learned when the time is right. The Eight of Pentacles is the card of work and industry. It also indicates the process of learning a trade or skill. This is a perfect card to get if you are considering further training, schooling, or education. Whatever your goals may be, know that hard work, diligence, and attention to detail will be needed. Yeah, dude. I'm like, while I'm in this book, let me just look at the Hermit. The Hermit has no regrets. That, like, my eyes went right to that sentence. She has gained profound knowledge of the material world, yet senses that there is more to reality than simply what is visible. In her right hand, she grasps a large snake, a symbol of renewal and rebirth. As the snake sheds its skin, as it grows, so shall the hermit shed her old self and reemerge wiser and more whole. Her left hand appears to radiate light, illuminating the path one step at a time. Her journey is a slow one, but she is in no rush. The hermit has deliberately removed herself from the world in order to subdue the conscious mind. Soul searching, introspection, voyage must be solitary. It cannot be achieved through others. It is a soul journey. Yeah. And too, like anytime I see a snake, I also, like I think about the whole shedding skin thing. And why do snakes shed skin? To grow, because they've literally outgrown it. And if they don't shed their skin, they'll suffocate. Why can't I talk? That is annoying. If they do not shed their skin, they will suffocate. Also, too, I believe that in the shed process, like they replace injured scales. I'm pretty sure. I know like tarantulas do that. I only know that because there was this one dude on TikTok, Venom Man 2.0 or 20 or something like that. And he had a snake or a tarantula that accidentally ripped off one of its fangs. And he's like, she'll be fine. Like, as long as she can eat, in the meantime, she'll be fine, because when she sheds the next time, she'll replace that fang. And sure enough, she did. So, right? It's like, if you are too, like, going through a healing journey, if this does have something to do with your health, even too, then it's also one of those things of like shedding a past way of being. Like, if you need to change something about your lifestyle that is for the benefit of your health, then that would also be the hermit. And too, how very personal of a journey that is, because it may not look the same as everybody else's, right? But also you might be one of those people that, maybe you have a sensitivity to gluten or dairy or sugar, high fructose corn syrup, red 40, whatever, right? And it's like one of those things of like, it's everywhere, and people can be a bit judgmental when they hear people say, I'm sensitive to gluten, and people are like, here we go, blah, 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 been there. Not as a person that's like, oh, you're allergic to gluten. No, I've been the person that's like, I can't have gluten. Anyway, so I get it. I'm just saying, it may be that, again, like this journey is very like individual to you, and you need to make decisions for yourself that will help you set yourself up for success, right? And what is so interesting too is that these first three cards are slow, and they mention in the book, well, at least the two cards that I read about, mention in the book about the process being slow and deliberate too. Taking your time, right? I think, did the Hermit card talk about do the conscious mind, which is interesting because we have the the King of Swords, which is the king of the mind, right? Kings are the highest expression of the suit. Swords have to do with our mind, mindset, beliefs, truth, honesty, but like divine truth, objective truth. Also too, like, how do we communicate those things, right? Like, how are we communicating what's on our mind? How are we communicating and expressing our beliefs? I also see swords as being the suit of ego, because that's generally where we hear our ego in our minds. And our ego is created by the stories that we attach to experiences, circumstances, feelings. And it does become our belief system, our personality, our temperament. So once we get to the King of Swords, like I said, right, like they are on the outside of this maze back here. The page started the journey into the maze. And this is like the maze of the mind, right? Because truly, that is what it is, all up in there. I know you know, because obviously you're an air sign. But, so there's this orb here at the crown chakra. Through the quartz journey through, this maze here, this orb is like knowledge, intellect, but like higher consciousness, right? So that's why now it's at the crown, which again just kind of signifies kind of like a connection between you and, again, higher consciousness, intuition also. There's a compass at their heart. So as with the Hermit, and this is a very personal and individual, unique path for you that is probably not looking at all the same as anybody else's, which could also be why, number one, it's taking longer, and two, I don't remember what two was, but that it is taking time, because it's like you don't have like a template, right? Like you can't necessarily look to somebody else's life and be like, oh, okay, they went about it this way, so I'm going to try going about it the same way and see what the result is, right? Like, just like not really having a ton of examples or like, I don't want to say role models because that's not it, but just, I mean, truly forging your own path, truly making your own template for your life that is specific to you and that works for you. And quite frankly, every single person should do that too. Like, we should all be living in a way that is individually specific to ourselves. Because, you know, the way that my neighbor lives and works and does whatever, more than likely doesn't work for me, right? So why would I try to like take notes from them? I mean, it's one thing to like this is where I guess it kind of starts getting murky, and whatever, I'm just going to go down this tangent for a second, but like it's one thing to like, you know, hear examples of how other people have you know, even with this Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, it's one thing to like hear other people's stories of like how they got to where they are and how they manage, you know, their lives. It's like one thing to be inspired or to be like, oh, I didn't think about that, or I didn't consider that, and be like, okay, how would something like that fit into my life, instead of like copying it exactly. You know, it's like being inspired by it. Because there's a difference between like directly copying something and being inspired by something and making it your own. You know what I mean? Okay. So I went off on that tangent all because of this compass here. Following your own north. Also, you know, this king has this higher advantage here. Like they can see the whole maze from, you know, like a bird's eye view of it, versus being down here and like all you can see are the walls, right? You can't see the whole blueprint. And then, like I said, we have the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. He has a pentacle at his heart, just like, you know, this King of Swords has the compass at his heart. The King of Pentacles bears the mystical heart of Pentacles on his breast. He has attained the highest levels. He is master of the elemental forces before him. His eyes communicate peace, what? Is this a word? Am I having constancy and love? Bro, what is
constancy?
Constancy and love. In his hand, we see the mountains, symbol of his domain and kingdom. He can take any business and make it successful. Dependable, determined, and honest. Open heart, willing to lend a hand. Encourage you to take an active role in the design of your life. Yeah. And too, like the fact that it would be in this position between these two cards too, like this slow motion here, which is inevitably going to put you in a position of literally being an authority in your own life. Like no matter, you know, and I think too, some of us, speaking for myself here, you know, like if things aren't moving at a fast enough pace, we tend to see them as being not successful, right? When instead it's like forward progression is still forward progression, no matter how fast or slow that it is, right? And, you know, going at this pace, it does ensure that you are picking up the knowledge, the experience, the skills that you need to be successful. The Queen of Cups, emotional intelligence, intuition. Queens are when we embody the energy of the suit within ourselves, self-care, self-love, you know, pouring into your own cup. And then we have the Fool card, which is a leap of faith between the Hermit and the King of Swords. It's, you know, going after something. Your ship's coming in with the Three of Wands, Ace of Cups behind that. Taking inspired action after this leap of faith. This is beautiful. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so effing much for allowing me to read your cards. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.